discussing web UI technologies. Under that, here these all the content I'm going to cover you in our course. So in this course, here what is HTML, what is CSS, what is JavaScript, just I gave you brief information on it. So here HTML mainly used for is a hypertext markup language. It is mainly used for creating the structure of HTML. Structure of HTML page we can create it with the structure of HTML page we can create it with HTML. Structure of web page we can create it with HTML. So next one here, CSS. CSS will give you style part of the web page. See, HTML is giving that hypertext markup language. It is giving structure. Structure of web page. Web page we can create it. We can create it. Structure of web page we can create it by using structure of HTML page. We can create it by using HTML. Structure of web page we can create it by using HTML. So this HTML generally we start with here we start with a Doctype HTML. Then we write the root tag as like this: HTML start, HTML close. So we write the root tag of HTML like this. So here itself we can write it here head tag. Yesterday I told head is used for adding that CSS code, JavaScript code, jQuery code, Ajax code. So those codes we can add it for our application by using this head. And here we are writing here body tag. So body tag is used for writing that body of the HTML page. So here inside this head and inside this body we can write something. Here inside this head we can write it here title tag for writing title of the web page. Here inside this body tag, here itself inside this body tag we can write it any content, paragraphs or headings or tables, anchor tags, like that. We'll discuss what all comes under this body. So basically HTML page we start with a Doctype. So HTML is completely a tag based programming. So everything we write it with the tags. So HTML is mainly a tag based programming. Everything we write it with a tag. So what is a tag? Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. It is one instruction to the browser. So we can give instruction to the browser in the form of tags. Okay. 7 at 7. So we can give instruction to the browser in the form of tags. So tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. This instructions we can give to the browser in the form of tags. These tags are mainly here. We have two types of tags. We have two types of tags we have here. Those tags are here. One is pair tag. So pair tag. Then second one is unpair tag. Unpair tag. So pair tag and unpair tag, two types of tags we have. So pair tag is nothing but whenever we start the tag, we have to end the tag. Suppose if I write here body tag, so once I start it, I have to close the body tag like this. Means tag name we write it between less than greater than. So here tag name. So tag name, if we start it and if we close it, then we call it as pair tag. Example for this is body tag. And unpaired tag is nothing but here we write tag name. Here itself will close it. If you close that particular tag there itself, then we call it as unpaired tag. And example for this is suppose br tag. Br tag we have written like this. Br tag is a unpaired tag. We can write it like this. Br tag. And similar way we can write it here img src. Here itself will close the tag like this. This way we can write it. Here pair tag and unpaired tag we can write it. Pair tag means once we start the tag we have to end the tag like this. Unpaired tag means here itself will close the tag and will close like this. So how we can close the tag? Closing of tag means here we write the same tag name with a slash. That same tag name, if you write it with a slash, then we call it as unpaired tag. So this is one pair tag, and this is one starting tag, and this is one ending tag. So this one we call it as starting tag, this one we call it as ending tag. So HTML is completely a tag based programming. Tags we write it like this. Here this is starting tag, this is ending tag. Okay, here we can write it here tags. So tag start, tag close, we write it like this. So here inside this we can write it here the tag name what we started here, so that we write it here body tag start, body tag close. Here itself we are writing here unpaired tag. So image tag src will start and will end like this. This is one unpaired tag. Is it clear up to now? Who
Yeah,
joined for?
yes.
Yeah, yes. Any other doubts? Any doubts, John?
Yeah, actually, I have one doubt. Apart from this course, actually, apart from this subject, actually,
Okay.
may I know when did this course have started? Means the date of the starting date of this course. Because today only I have attended. That's why I'm asking.
No problem. Yesterday recording you try to attend it. That's it.
From yesterday onwards only. This is yesterday is the first class, right? First session, right?
Today is the first session.
Okay, fine. Okay, sure. Okay, thanks, Swetha.
Yeah. Here we can write it here, two types of tags. These two types of tags, we can write it like this. So we have pair tag and we have unpaired tag. So pair tag means generally we'll start the tag and we'll end the tag. Unpaired tag means there itself will end the tag. So this is unpaired tag. So we can write it here, start tag and end tag and pair tag and unpaired tag. So this way generally we can write it. So now I'm using here pair tag and unpaired tag and HTML tags we are using like this. So in this time, if you want to create any HTML application, just I'm creating one blank application. I want to save it with the .html. See, I'm removing everything in the one.html file. Just I removed it. Control yes. Just right click here, run in live server. Even if you don't write anything by default, if you save one program with HTML, if you run it with your live server, how to run it live server, how to use Visual Studio Code, I'll explain to you. But just I'm explaining without writing any code. Just if you write here first.html, if you run your program with the browser, so automatically it will open that browser and it will create like this. So here that application, so what we have here, that first.html, just right click here, just inspect element here. By that, here you can write, by basically that HTML page we write like this. Here HTML start, HTML close, we write it like this. Here HTML head body. So we write like this. HTML start and close and head start and close and body start and close. This way we can write it here HTML tag. Similar way, how to write H1 tag. So because of that HTML start and close, head and start and close, body start and close, because of all these, it is displaying one blank web page. So now if I want to show you the doc type. So doc type is nothing but it's a document type. What type of document we are writing here, that comes under doc type. Here under this doc type, we can write here HTML page. Under that HTML page, we can write it here. If even if you don't write, by default browser is giving these all the tags. Just doc type gives the information. Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. Every tag is nothing but, what is a tag? Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. Tag. So here tag is nothing but it's an instruction to browser. We can give instruction to the browser in the form of tags. These tags are paired tags and unpaired tags. Two types of tags we have. So here we have HTML head and body. So inside the head we can write it something, inside the body we can write it something. So here is the HTML tag. Once I refresh it, you can see here HTML start and close, head start and close, and body start and close. This way we can write here HTML head and body. So under this, tag is nothing but it's mainly instruction to the browser. we can give instruction to the browser in the form of tags. So these tags are divided into doc type, HTML, head and body tags. So under this, how we can write that tags? So these tags are divided into two types. One is paired tag, another one is unpaired tag. So every HTML page, generally we start with a doc type. Doc type, it gives the instruction. So tag is nothing but it's an instruction. So we are writing instruction to the browser. So it is what doc type. Doc type is nothing but what type of document we are writing here, that comes under doc type. Doc type is nothing but it's a document type. Document type we are writing here, so that we call it as doc type. So we can write it here, doc type, HTML, head and body. So doc type is nothing but it's a document type. What type of document we are writing here, that comes under doc type. Here HTML root tag, we write it like this. HTML start, HTML close, we write it like this. Here inside this head start, head close, we can write it like this. And here itself we can write it like body tag start. Here inside this head, we can write it here title tag for title of my HTML page. So inside the body tag, see here, inside the body tag, inside this body tag, we can write it here. So that head we are writing here, and this is the body tag. So what we can write it inside the body? So inside the body, we can write a paragraph. Inside the body, we can write headings, we can write tables, we can write so many things. Here I'm writing here paragraph for displaying the paragraph for the HTML page. So I'm writing here doc type. So under this doc type, we can write it like this. Here I'm able to write. If I don't write any code in this, even though it will give you, browser will give you by default doc here HTML head and body. This type of content it will give you. Okay. So but it is not giving a doc type. Check here, every website, any website you can check it. It always starts with a doc type. Just right click here, inspect element. Here is a doc type. See, by this we can understand this is one doc type. This is one doc type. Here doc type HTML head and body. So we can display like this. Doc type HTML head and body we can display like this. Similar way, if I show you here GoToMeeting website, GoToMeeting history or GoToMeeting website I'm showing here. So it will ask you about the login. See, all text boxes, buttons, radio buttons, check boxes, all we can create it. But here also, if you observe this code, it is also starting with a doc type. So doc type and remaining code also you can see here, that is HTML and body. See, HTML head body. Basically every web page will show you like this only. What is the use of doc type? Doc type is nothing but what type of document we are writing here, that comes under doc type. What type of document I am writing here, that comes under doc type. Doc type, here HTML head and body. So this way we can display. Here we are using here Facebook web page. Here Facebook web page I'm showing here. So this Facebook web page is showing here doc type HTML head and body. But every front end is with a HTML only. But if you submit your application form, our request will reach to server page. Server page is also a HTML page. Means everything, that response, if it is anything is coming as the response from the server, once I enter the username password, I can connect with your database. So by that I can submit my request, I'll get that output. So if anything, if I'm submitting, means that submission will be at the here we are writing here doc type HTML head and body. Doc type means what type of document we are writing here, that comes under doc type. HTML head and body. Head tag is used for writing the header of the HTML page, and body tag we can use it here for writing body tag of the HTML page. So we can write it here, every HTML page we start with a doc type HTML head and body tag. So body tag will give you body of the HTML page. We write it like this here. This is body tag, this is head tag, this is HTML tag. So these all the way we can display our output. Here doc type HTML head and body. every web page with a doc type. So that's why we start with a doc type. So we start every web page we start with a doc type. So that's why we have to start with a doc type. So what is this doc type and what is this doc type? Here we are writing public W3C DT something we are writing here. But here in this time I'm writing only doc type HTML. So in HTML4 version time we used doc type like this. So W3 is the org, is organization. We have to create our website according to the W3 consortium. That organization level we have to create our application. So here I'm writing here doc type HTML. So under this we can write it here. I'm writing my HTML page. So here doc type is nothing but what type of document I'm writing here, that comes under doc type. HTML head and body tag we can use it. Doc type HTML, HTML tag and head tag and body tag. So doc type tag, so if I'm using here doc type, the document type, what type of document I'm writing here, that comes under doc type. So here HTML doc type, HTML doc type. So HTML4 level of doc type used to write very lengthy according to the level of W3 only. But HTML4 doc type usually write like this. But no one is writing like this. Everyone is writing just doc type HTML. We are writing only doc type HTML. That's it. So here, if you want, this is HTML4 doc type. Under HTML4, we usually write like this. From HTML5 onwards, here from HTML5 onwards, we use here HTML5 doc type is here. Just we write here doc type HTML. So by that we can write our doc type. So I'm writing here document type of HTML. So that application we can write it like this. Here doc type HTML. Here doc type HTML. So now I can write it here HTML doc type like this. So next,
Ma'am,
yes,
I have a doubt, ma'am.
yes,
In
please.
HTML4, as you said, doc type HTML, what we write is in www.w3org. That way, right?
Yes,
Is it same for every web page that we create?
we always go with the HTML5 standard. It is outdated. 4
Okay.
outdated.
Now in HTML5, we no need to write that lengthy one only. We write it doc type HTML and we just go to the next line, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. HTML4 time we usually write the doc type very lengthy. HTML5 time we write the doc type HTML. That's it. We don't write the entire code. Just we write here doc type HTML. By that it will create that document type and that HTML page. Here we can write it here doc type HTML. Under this only we can write our HTML page like this. Similar way I can write it here. This is what a doc type HTML. We are discussing HTML4 tags only. So first few days we'll go with HTML4 only. HTML4. So I'm discussing here HTML4. So first 10 days, first 1 week we'll go with the HTML4. Next 1 week we'll go with the CSS2. So next third week onwards we'll enter into JavaScript. So once I start the JavaScript, so I can start the project session on that Saturday. So why? Because I can use JavaScript code, I can use a CSS2 code, I can use HTML4 code in the programming. So in the programming, I can use whatever topic I'm discussing in the weekday. So that topic related project I'll explain you in the weekend class. So that way my class goes. HTML4 and CSS2 and JavaScript. Once I start JavaScript, that day onwards, every Saturday I'll take project session. To cover this content, duration of this course is here, so 40 to 45 hours of sessions. So 40 to 45 hours of sessions, usually I'll take it to cover this content. Okay. Duration of this course is we are 40 to 45 hours of sessions. So a major half of our duration will spend it on JavaScript. JavaScript time we have to write each and every line of code. But in jQuery and Ajax time and Bootstrap time, we never write manually code. We'll use that libraries. Just how to use that library we'll understand when we enter in jQuery Ajax. But
Yeah,
script,
may I
yes,
know one Sindhu madam.
yes.
May I know how many days we will spend on Bootstrap and responsive design? Because we need more stuff from the that content, Swetha madam. May I know how many days we will spend?
See, Bootstrap is just 2-3 days of sessions only. Responsive design 40 minutes of session. You need more, but discussion not required. Why? Because in JavaScript time we'll understand how to write it. So based on that, here we use how to use library. Just we'll import that library, we'll use it. So we never write
Means
code. We never write any.
means let's say for example, if we are using the Bootstrap, means we need to customize it.
Just
That kind of we need, Sindhu madam, Swetha madam.
yeah.
That's why I'm
So
asking.
yes, yes. So you will understand it. What is Bootstrap? You will understand it within 4-5 days of sessions. Okay, you can
Okay.
customize it. See, we don't write any code there for discussion. So we'll use that library, how to use it, and that library related things, lot of things we have to remember. Rather than remembering, you can go to Google. If I want to write Bootstrap application form, what is that class name? You will search it, and that class name you can use it. If it is not required for the client, so you will go with the what is the client requirement. Accordingly, you will search that Bootstrap classes, so you'll use it. So you can create one attractive user interface without writing the code.
Yeah,
So
that's
just
fine, Shweta. But let's say, for example, uh, we need to change something for the existing Bootstrap button.
yeah,
We need to add
that that
our
is in
classes to the
CSS2
Bootstrap.
and CSS3 only. CSS2 and CSS3 only. We'll write the code, what we write it stepwise. One by one we'll discuss. In Bootstrap time, we don't write the code. We'll use that existing Bootstrap. So if you want to customize it, you will use CSS3 coding.
Yeah, let's say, for example, if a button is there, that is a belong to the Bootstrap button.
Okay.
We have some predefined classes for this button.
Yes.
But I need to override the that CSS, Bootstrap CSS. Can we explain that thing?
CSS3 you will use there. So using CSS3, you will write your own code there. If you don't want the color, if you don't want border, if mouse over time, some rotations if you need it, if your gradient colors if you need it, that all stuff you will discuss in CSS3.
Means we can override the Bootstrap class, right?
Yes, Bootstrap is nothing but we are writing a library CSS. So if you want to override it, we already acquired the knowledge of CSS, how to write it, JS, how to write it in the programming. That library will use it. If you override that library, you will use your programming. CSS3 and JavaScript programming, we can use there. jQuery programming, all will use it. They all works on one top of another. Okay. So by that stepwise, you definitely learn the subject. Okay. So from my side, whatever I teach, so that subject you will definitely learn it. But it is one topic is completely depending on the another topic. So if you miss one of the class, the remaining all classes, even if you attend it from recording also, the remaining classes will be big question marks. So that's why don't absent to the class and come to whatever I'm explaining in the classroom. If you practice it in the same day, then you can remember. If you keep aside, if you wait for Sunday or Saturday, so it will become a big question mark. Why? Because all are just like tags. So those all tags and attributes, everything is individual. We have to remember everything, just like scientific names, how we remember, same way here also we have to practice. By practice only you can remember. You have to do more number of practice from the Google. So if I explain one tag, that one tag related informations, attributes, all you have to do more number of examples on that. So if I give one or two examples here, you have to do more number of examples. By that, it will be easy to catch the subject, and in the next class, you will be very active in the class. If you know the subject, you will be active. If you don't know the subject, just you will listen and you will go again. Next day, you will open laptop and you will sit in front of it. So just like that, if you do it, no use in that. So you have to attend the class regularly and you have to practice it. From my side, definitely you will learn whatever topics I explained here. These all topics you will definitely learn from my classes. So I'm teaching for past 6 years. Seventh year is going to complete. Seventh year I entered. So I know how I teach and how I have to reach you student, that I know. So depends on the students' doubts, I'll discuss. I'll continue my classes. Few sessions, few durations may increase more than 40 hours. Few sessions, few batches sessions may not increase 40 hours. So they don't ask any questions from my side, just they'll listen explanation. If you come up with your own doubts, then I'll discuss those doubts in the classroom. By that you will get more number of practical examples. So I'll explain one example for each one. But even though if you come with your own doubts, right, so that time you will get good subject. Okay, John?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Any other doubts? Satisfied or not satisfied?
One more thing. So when we go to this real-time project kind of a thing, do we get a chance to work on it, or you will explain only how to, work on the real-time project?
Each and every attribute I'll show you. See, I'm designing Facebook. So how to design this web page? How it is interacting with the server page? I'll take one PHP. I'll take one Java page. I'll submit my request to server page. I'll get that data, that response I'll show here. So by that, one sample example how it works, that same way all projects. So every project login page, every project create account page, every project home page, every project inbox, means all the list of results we have to show. So every project it common task. See here I'm showing this training link is showing list of links. These all links are already stored in the database of this website. So that's why they are accessing. How they are displaying according to our HTML tags. And that data will come from database. That data will be processed by server coding. Displaying is by HTML. That will discuss HTML
Okay, ma'am.
alignment.
I,
Alignment.
I just think that if we get chance to work,
Chance to work where?
if we get chance to work on any real-time project, if you can give us a real-time project, that will be great, right?
I'll take one of the website. This GoToMeeting it is one already live website, right? So this website will try to anyone like this, any school website, any matrimony website. Some websites will take it, will work out on it. That is
Okay.
already in live. That is already in live, not in one day. It is a continuous process with all your subject knowledge. Yeah, first I'll design it with HTML4 and CSS2 and JavaScript. Next week I'll include jQuery. So next week I'll include HTML5 and next week I'll include CSS3. So likewise I'll continue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Prasad, John.
Hey, hi, madam. Myself is Rish. I have one doubt.
Yeah.
If you have prepared some APIs,
Okay.
okay, via GitHub and Kubernetes, so like those with APIs. After that, we want to put into TechHub via this UI.
Okay.
So it will help. This course will be helpful.
So you already taken any framework classes?
APIs. No, this is
API.
the first class. In real time
Uh,
asking APIs we prepared. So from there too, we need to bring those APIs to TechHub by using this UI. I mean, like user interface.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this course will be useful.
Yes. You have to. You want to use APIs. Yeah, API is nothing but it's a external library. So external library, it's an application programming interface. So rather than writing everything from scratch, you can use that library. So Bootstrap is one API, Angular is one API, React is one API. Every programming has its own APIs. So if we include those APIs in the project, you can understand from here.
Okay, by using those that API, we need to bring via JavaScripts only. I mean, whatever is React.js or what we are using Visual
All
Studio.
React,
So
Node, Vue.js, all JS are all depending on our JavaScript only. But how we are interacting to server, how we are getting that response. Single page applications, those things we can create it with our frameworks. Enhancement of JavaScript.
Okay. So 40 to 45 classes means it is 40 to 45 days, correct? You're saying?
It may be decrease, it may be increase. So depends on Saturday sessions, weekday sessions. You plan it like that, 45 days or 40 days. You think like that. But it may increase, it may decrease, depends on the Saturday sessions. Number of days may be decreased because of Saturday session. Number of days may be increased because of your questions. If you come up with your an example, then it may increase.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Suresh. Any other doubts? Anita, Raghu, Vijay. Job support I can't give. So it never end. Job support means till continuously I have to give the support. So it won't be ending process. But if you come up with your own doubt, I can clarify. Wherever you stuck, so if you give that information, I can explain to you.
Ma'am, I'm having one doubt.
Yes.
This is Anita.
Yes, Anita.
Ma'am, if I complete this course, can I get the if I practice well,
Okay.
if I get the UI technology, if I get the job on UI technologies, can I
Yeah.
perfectly do that job?
Yeah, definitely. But your present market is asking for Angular level, Angular or React. So after completion or once I start JavaScript of this course, so you can parallelly start one more course, either Angular or React or Node.js. So
Okay.
by that you can able to enter into the market as a front-end developer, UI developer. You definitely you can able to do with this knowledge, but
Okay.
it required programming,
Okay. Thank you.
required a framework.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we
Front-end,
have to join to another batch for that, ma'am.
yes, another batch. Parallelly, if you want,
How
you can.
long will that be, ma'am?
It is also 2 months, 1.5 to 2 months session.
So
If I
altogether it will take around 5 months.
This one you take it for 40 days here. You keep here 40 days. Parallelly, once I start JavaScript now, from third week of my course onwards, you can join Angular or React classes or Node.js or Vue.js. Any one JS class you can join. By that, you can parallelly learn it. No need to wait for 5 months.
okay.
But you have to practice more number of hours.
So if you want to go React.js, definitely mandatory we need to complete this course. Then only we can able to understand
Understand
there. Correct.
framework. Yes. Framework is completely on JavaScript only. The JavaScript, if you want to use it, you have to know about this.
Okay. So, madam, any weekend classes is there for this one or that one? Not regular. Instead of
No,
regular.
instead of regular weekend. I don't know about framework. If you required weekend classes for this UI technologies, you want to ask madam. She will arrange.
Madam.
Bhavani ma'am.
I mean,
DURGASOFT.
DurgaSoft. Okay. Okay. Okay.
DURGASOFT Bhavani ma'am will take care of that new batches and according to student convenience, student requirement, will take the batches.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll ask. Thank you.
Yeah, Swetha madam, actually, yesterday I didn't attend this session. Who will provide the recording session so that I can gather the information of the
Bhavani,
previous class?
Bhavani ma'am will share with you.
Okay, fine.
Once contact.
Yesterday and today also, right?
Yes, today, yesterday, all recordings she will share with you.
Okay, sure.
So Prasad, you are asking no web developer after completion this course. You can do web development. What I am teaching, that if you practice it and if you complete one of the framework class, you will be a web UI developer. But getting the job as a fresher, that is one tricky point is here, getting the job as a fresher. So most of companies will look for front-end developers of experienced. So if you want to go with the startup companies, they'll take you. They'll definitely give you will get a good opportunity on this. So everywhere, if you are developing any website, means front end is important. Front end, server side, and database. 3 team of developers will develop one website. If you are developing any one website, means 3 team of developers are required. So if you want to be a full stack developer, you have to know everything. So front end, back end, database, everything you have to know. So by that only you can understand the things. So, okay. So this is about the e-commerce website. What is your question? Yeah.
Yes,
So
Swetha madam, front end means it's completely plain HTML, CSS like. Back end means it's a server side programming, right?
yes, that you can understand it from
Database.
yesterday's class. Yesterday class I explained what is front end, what is server, what is database. I showed you with examples.
Okay, sure. Okay.
And tomorrow also I'll continue with the one more demo class. You can attend tomorrow. By that you can understand. I'll recap the things what I have covered. Tomorrow I'll take like a starting session of our course.
Okay, sure.
E-commerce website using UI and using framework, you can develop it. Any type of website you can develop it, not only e-commerce. Okay. So how this web we use it, so that type of job guarantees I cannot give, but I'll explain you subject. If you practice it, if you try, and if you complete the framework classes, then it will be helpful as a front-end developers. You can able to join as a front-end developer. Okay, that's it. Any more doubts? Join tomorrow. Tomorrow is a demo session, so I'll continue demo once again. Who wants to listen that entire stuff? What is the UI, what is database, and each and every topic discussion I'll explain to you in tomorrow session. So you can join in tomorrow session for the continuation. Okay then. Thank you. You can join at 7, 7, 5, 7, 10 in the middle. I'll join the session. I'll continue. Tomorrow is a demo.